The universe is not static. It is expanding, and more unsettlingly, it is expanding faster with time. In 1929, astronomer Edwin Hubble demonstrated that distant galaxies are moving away from us, revealing that space itself is stretching. Decades later, observations of distant supernovae showed that this expansion is accelerating rather than slowing down. The force responsible for this acceleration is called dark energy, a mysterious form of energy that permeates all of space, and currently makes up about 68% of the universe's total energy content. If this acceleration continues indefinitely, the universe will drift toward a final state known as heat death. In this scenario, stars burn out, galaxies separate beyond visibility, and energy becomes evenly spread, leaving no gradients to power structure, motion, or life. The universe does not end in an explosion, but in silence and stillness. What makes this even more profound is that most of reality is invisible. Everything humans have ever seen, touched, or built is composed of ordinary matter, known as baryonic matter, and it accounts for only about 5% of the universe. Roughly 27% is dark matter, a form of matter that does not emit or absorb light, but reveals its presence through gravity. Galaxies rotate so rapidly that, without dark matter, they should fly apart. Gravitational lensing, where massive, unseen objects bend light from distant sources, further confirms its existence. The remaining majority is dark energy. This means that 95% of the universe consists of components we cannot directly observe or fully understand. Our cosmic ignorance is not marginal, it is dominant. While the universe operates on vast scales, uncertainty also exists within your own body. Every day, billions of your cells die and are replaced through a process known as cellular turnover. Each time a cell divides, it must copy around 3 billion DNA base pairs. Although the molecular machinery responsible for this process is remarkably precise, it is not flawless. Errors occasionally slip through, resulting in mutations. Most mutations are harmless or corrected, but some affect genes that regulate cell growth. When enough of these critical errors accumulate, cancer can emerge from a single altered cell. This means that cancer is not necessarily caused by an external trigger alone, but also by the statistical inevitability of cellular replication. Life persists not because biology is perfect, but because it is resilient. On a planetary scale, Earth itself harbors forces capable of sudden devastation. Supervolcanoes are among the most powerful natural systems known, capable of ejecting more than 1,000 cubic kilometers of material in a single eruption. One such system is the Yellowstone caldera. When supervolcanoes erupt, they can inject vast quantities of ash and sulfur into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight and triggering volcanic winters that last for years. These events can collapse ecosystems and drastically alter global climate. Although there is no evidence that a supereruption is imminent, geological records show they are inevitable on long timescales. Earth will experience another. The uncertainty lies only in when. Biological threats also evolve alongside us. Antibiotic resistance is accelerating as bacteria adapt to the widespread use and misuse of antibiotics. Through natural selection, bacteria that survive drug exposure reproduce, passing on resistant traits. Even more concerning is horizontal gene transfer, which allows bacteria to share resistance genes across species. As a result, some infections are now resistant to multiple classes of antibiotics. If this trend continues unchecked, modern medicine could lose one of its most fundamental tools. Routine surgeries, childbirth, and minor injuries could once again carry fatal risks, not because science failed, but because evolution never stops. The mind, too, is less reliable than it feels. The brain does not passively record reality, it actively constructs it. Perception is a predictive process where the brain uses limited sensory input to generate a coherent model of the world. Visual illusions expose how easily this model can be fooled. Under conditions such as stress, sleep deprivation, or neurological disruption, the brain can generate vivid hallucinations indistinguishable from real perception. Memory is similarly fragile. Each recollection is a reconstruction, not a playback. What you experience as reality is not the world itself, but the brain's best guess. Beyond Earth, the cosmos hosts events that can erase life entirely. Gamma-ray bursts are among the most energetic explosions ever observed, releasing more energy in seconds than the sun will emit over its entire lifetime. If a gamma-ray burst occurred close enough and was directed at Earth, the intense ionizing radiation could strip away the ozone layer. Without this protective shield, ultraviolet radiation from the sun would sterilize the surface, collapsing ecosystems. Such events are rare in our region of the galaxy, but rarity is not immunity. The universe does not account for biological fragility. Earth's history itself confirms that extinction is the rule, not the exception. 5 mass extinctions have already reshaped life on this planet, wiping out vast percentages of species in geologically brief intervals. The asteroid impact that ended the age of dinosaurs is only the most famous example. When viewed across deep time, approximately 99% of all species that have ever lived are extinct. Increasing evidence suggests that human activity may be driving a 6th mass extinction through habitat destruction, climate change, and ecological imbalance. Life persists, but individual species are temporary. Even time, something that feels constant and universal, is not absolute. According to relativity, developed by Albert Einstein, time is intertwined with space in a 4-dimensional fabric called spacetime. Time passes at different rates depending on speed and gravity, a phenomenon known as time dilation. This is not theoretical speculation. It is experimentally verified and practically necessary. GPS satellites, for example, must correct for relativistic effects caused by both their velocity and weaker gravity, or navigation systems would quickly fail. Your experience of time is local, not universal. Finally, even the sun, the source of all life on Earth, carries an expiration date. In about 5 billion years, it will exhaust its hydrogen fuel and expand into a red giant. During this phase, it will likely engulf Mercury and Venus and may consume Earth itself. Long before that, rising solar luminosity will evaporate oceans and strip the planet of habitability. This outcome is not hypothetical. It is a consequence of well-understood stellar evolution. These facts are unsettling because they dismantle the illusion of permanence and control. Yet they are not reasons for despair. They are evidence of how deeply reality can be understood. Science does not exist to comfort us. It exists to reveal what is true. And in a universe governed by vast forces and deep time, clarity is not weakness. It is power.